Hi, welcome back. Day 18 of my 21-day video challenge. Today, I'd like to talk about the one thing that many of us don't want to admit, but we feel, and that is the fear of freezing, the fear of looking foolish, the fear of not being enough. I have to admit that I have been there. I am there at times. Even as a speaking coach, I have faced that fear. Before starting this video series, I knew that I had the knowledge, I have all of the equipment that I need, but that fear just kept whispering, well, what if you mess up? What if you are judged? What if this? What if that? Well, here's what I've learned so far, is that fear isn't the enemy, avoiding it is. Fear just means that you care. It shows up when something really matters. The key isn't to eliminate it, but it is to move with it. And here's what I'd like to share with you. 3 things. One of the ways of working through that fear is to give it a name. Call it what it is. Fear of judgment. I'm having a fear of failure, a fear of not being perfect. Once you name it, it starts losing power. For example, if you're invited to speak at a networking event, maybe your first thought is, oh no, what if I forget what I'm saying? There, right there, that is the fear of failure. When you say it out loud, then I'm afraid that I'll sound unprofessional, or the fear of forgetting what I'm going to talk about, you bring it out into the open. You bring it out of the shadows. And that's the first step in quieting those voices around the fear. The second way of working through that fear is to normalize it. Everyone feels fear. Seasoned speakers, CEOs, even me, 30 years I've been in the profession. All of the pros feel that fear. But we have to act on it. We have to find a way to work through it. So the next time, before one of your next opportunities to speak at a networking event or a keynote, and your heart is racing and your hands are shaking, even with all of that preparation, and now you tell your clients that you've worked through all of that, and even after 30 years, I still feel those nerves. So you normalize it, that yes, I feel that fear as well. Fear isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign that you're stretching into growth. The third way of working through that fear is to take the microphone anyway. Confidence comes through motion, not before it. That one moment you say yes instead of hiding behind a bush, that's when growth begins. An example, a client I recently worked with was always backing out of team presentations, backing out of opportunities to speak at conferences. Well, I was able to coach this individual through that anxiety, and now they are showing up. They showed up that first time, they delivered that presentation, and afterwards they said, hey, that wasn't as scary as I thought. Now they're volunteering to speak. Every yes to a small step builds that muscle for that bigger stage. So, if you're feeling scared to speak, to present, or to show up, great! That means you're on the edge of something important. Keep going. Work through the fear because your voice is bigger than your doubt, and the world needs to hear your voice.